Hey everybody, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to continue seeing this type of video. Also hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. So this is the second part of a two-part series, if you will. It's not really a series, it just turned into a bigger project than I thought it would be. It took me longer than I thought it would take, and so I broke it down into two videos so that you know, who wants to sit down and watch a whole hour? Well, I do, but anyway. In this video, it's actually not as much cleaning. I mean, it is cleaning, but I did some decluttering and organization as well as just rearranging, because the drawers in my kitchen, on the side that I'm standing on, there's like 4 smaller drawers there, and I think they all had junk in them basically, except for one that had like Ziploc bags and stuff. And on the other side of the counter, closer to the dining room, I have some shelves over there that have 2 drawers, and those were also full of junk. So I thought to myself, if I'm gonna have junk drawers, they need to be over there where I can keep these 4 drawers for things that I actually do use. So what I'm doing now is just going through those drawers one by one, seeing what is still good that I want to keep, and seeing what, has been sitting in these drawers for the 2 years we've lived here that I don't even use. And I'll be donating some stuff, and some of it's just trash. See that those are the shelves I'm talking about. I don't know what you call this. It does have a wine rack on the bottom. I think it's probably like, I would call it a microwave stand, except for that it's wider than a microwave stand. But at the bottom where I have my paper towel rolls, you put bottled wine there. And then on the very first shelf where I have my heavier pots, like my 2 instant pots and stuff, there is the little racks to hold your wine glasses. So I got this off of Marketplace for I think $40, and I bought it specifically for all of my electrical cooking gadgets. Basically, I guess I have my 2 instant pots there, I have 2 crock pots there, I have my stand mixer over there. What else do I have over there? Oh, I have my blender. At the bottom I have a stack of various sizes of stock pots. It's all things that don't get used very often, so rather than having that clutter up my kitchen cabinets, I wanted a place to put those. So I found this on Marketplace and I snatched it up. It's very, very heavy. And then on the top, which you can't see it now, but you will eventually, I have just like my sheet pans up there, because I didn't want those taking up space. Look at all the junk. I didn't want my sheet pans taking up space in like the bottom drawer of my stove, or in the drawers here, or like in the cabinets, because that space could be used for other things too that get used more often. But technically what gets used the most is the pots that are hanging above my sink, and like my rice pot, which is in one of the kitchen cabinets. So everything is still right here in the kitchen. But these drawers have just become such a mess, so I decided to clean them out. And I also decided that since I would have empty drawers behind me, that I would move some of the less used things over there, to free up some space on top of my counter as well. So that is what I did. And then in the bottom drawer that you saw me pull out a while ago that had bowls and stuff, I made that drawer easily accessible to the younger kids. That way they could reach it, but I really needed the drawer for other stuff. So I took that out of there. I took their bowls and the smaller glasses, which I don't really even need those smaller glasses for my kids, but I have nieces and nephews and grandkids that come, so I'm gonna hang on to them, but I just moved them somewhere else for now. So stick around and let's see how this turns out.
Shooting me with words.
I don't know if it fell. Well, it didn't fall. It just isn't in the right spot. I didn't check it, I guess. So you can't even see what I'm doing. But what I'm doing is just rolling up my kitchen towels and putting them in those blue baskets that I had put in the drawer, which you'll see here. Um, I feel like that takes up less space because I have so many. And if you just fold them and stack them, uh, you can't hardly open and close the drawer because I had those in the top drawer. So now that my top drawer is empty, I'll be able to put the dividers that I had bought a long time ago. See, I had it set up like this before, and then I got tired of it. It wasn't working for me. So I do that a lot. Like, I just change my mind a lot. I can't help it, okay? So I'm going to put them back in there, and I'm going to put only the spoons that I use on the regular to cook with. And then the ones that don't get used very often, I will put in the drawers behind me, the smaller drawers, so that they're not taking up space in a utensil holder on top of the counter because that, like in a perfect world, I wouldn't have anything on top of my counters. Um, I don't like the clutter. I don't like the mess. I feel like I want everything to be easily accessible. And if I have three utensil holders full of spoons that I use some, but I don't use all of them. And then, like where I had them in the corner, my paper towel holder was kind of blocking them. You can see them back there in the corner, and then my paper towel roll goes like right in front of there, above them, like hanging from the underside of the cabinet. So it just was too much. I was like, oh, you have to reach around it to get to the stuff. I know I sound like it's just pitiful. I'm complaining, but anyway, um, I don't like all the clutter, and I don't want anything on my counter, which is why I put my knives on the wall like you see here. But I ended up, like I said, putting the most used spoons in the top drawer, the less used spoons in a drawer behind me, and then here I am going through all of the little gadgets that I had in the drawers as well, like all of my mason jar lids. Some are for canning, some are actually the the lids with holes for straws. Um, and like things like my cheese grater and what else is down there? Pizza cutters, ice cream scoop, my egg slicer, like all of those little gadgets were in these drawers as well, which is also why it was so crowded. I also have like you know, funnels, just Anyway, different you get sized the point.
Funnels.
I have too much crap and it was cluttering up all my spaces. So I'm gonna wash these few dishes to get them out of the sink so I can wash that white basket because you'll see soon that I have a problem keeping the plastic containers that you get food from, like the deli and Walmart. And so, and like the Waffle House. I mean, some of these containers are good, sturdy containers, so I keep them, and they were taking up an entire drawer. And so I wanted a better way to stack them, and this is what I chose to do. So let's see how this goes. I will tell you that this particular part of the video, going through that drawer, seeing what I was going to keep and not keep, and stacking it up, um, took me the better part of an hour.
Even though it hurts, I won't show it to you. 'Cause it will ricochet, I won't let it bite. I will look at you and tell you that I'm alright. Like a ricochet, it will come back to you. Let me tell you, no, because my eyes are open, your words will keep bouncing away. And even if you're trying to hurt me, my skin's getting thicker each day. I don't know how you fall asleep at night, knowing that your words are hurtful, it's just not right. No, because my eyes are open, your words will keep bouncing away. Like a ricochet, like a ricochet, like a ricochet, like a ricochet. I used to let it in, all the things you said. You try to turn me into somebody else, but it will ricochet, I won't let it bite. I will look at you and tell you that I'm alright. Like a ricochet, it will come back to you. Let me tell you, no, because my eyes are open, your words will keep bouncing away. And even if you're trying to hurt me, my skin's getting thicker each day. I don't know how you fall asleep at night, knowing that your words are hurtful, it's just not right. No, because my eyes are open, your words will keep bouncing away. Like a ricochet, like a ricochet, like a ricochet, like a ricochet. I told you I'm not yours anymore. No, I'm not yours. So why you trying to hold on when I'm not there for you?
Okay, this corner cabinet is where I was keeping bowls of lids for other bowls. I had I had too many lids to just put like in the drawer, so I stood them up in these little baskets, and some of them are for like my Pyrex and anchor bowls, the glass bowls, but some of them are just like what is that, like Rubbermaid bowls. Some of it is like, our southern fine china, like the butter bowls and the Cool Whip bowls and the Greek yogurt containers. Yes, I keep all of those, and I have lids for all that. So I was keeping all of that in this corner cabinet, as well as like As you can see, I have my toaster and my can opener there. Back in the day, years ago, I just kept all that out on my counter. But then I also didn't have as much junk as I have now, so it didn't seem so cluttered. But now I prefer to keep everything that's not being used on a daily basis um, hidden. So I have those down there. I also have my blender and my stick blender down there. So I'm taking all of that out. You'll see that I'm going to place the toaster and can opener and like my little the mini food processor chopper thing that came with my stick blender. I put all those down in the bottom drawer with some of the other doodads that I have, and I end up placing the paper plates and the kids' bowls and cups and stuff in this corner cabinet. I do have room down there for other stuff, but that doesn't mean we need to fill it up, right? I'm trying to get rid of things, and so that's what I'm working towards, but it's going to take me longer than I was hoping. So I'm still not really done with this project. As a matter of fact, all of the little junk that I took out of all of the drawers, they're in a box still sitting on my counter because I need to go through all that and see what is actually stuff that I need to keep versus what is things that I can throw away. And I have not gotten around to do that because I didn't feel like doing that. And so it's still sitting there on my counter. So anyway, eventually, I'll finish it. I don't know. I'm bad for starting a project and then I get into doing something else and then I just never finish it, or I procrastinate finishing it. And that's something that I really don't like about myself, but it is what it is. One day I'll have my life together, but it ain't gonna be today.
Wanna take a different lane, wanna play my own game, and I don't need you here, so won't you let me go? Wanna take this ball and chain that you have put on me and throw it out the window. I think that you should let go, 'cause you know this is not meant to be. Let go. Maybe I should have known that you are not the right one for me. Let go. Let me go. Don't call me, I don't wanna talk to you. I'm better not talking to you. But why you trying to hold on, to hold on, to hold on? Wanna take a different lane, wanna play my own game, and I don't need you here, so won't you let me go? Wanna take this ball and chain that you have put on me and throw it out the window. I think that you should let go, 'cause you know this is not meant to be. Let go. Maybe I should have known that you are not the right one for me. Let go. Let me go. Let me go. I can't tell what's wrong or right. Should I go without saying goodbye? All I know is I need to be somewhere else to set me free. I don't know what to do now. Need to figure it out, but I don't know how. I hope the wind will carry me and take me away to where I should be. I don't know where I belong, but I keep on searching for my home. There's a hunger in my soul, makes me keep on trying, holding on. Take me all the way, all the way. Take me all the way, and I keep on searching for my home. Oh, I wonder if there's a place where the sun won't go away. Wide awake with an open mind, looking out from a mountain high. I don't know what to do now, need to figure it out, but I don't know how. I hope the wind will carry me and take me away to where I should be. I don't know where I belong, but I keep on searching for my home. There's a hunger in my soul, makes me keep on trying, holding on. Take me all the way, all the way. Take me all the way, and I keep on searching for my home. I'm searching, yeah.
And down here, y'all, I am just embarrassed at what this looks like. I had so much stuff shoved under here, multiples of cleaning items and just everything thrown down there. So I did pull everything out. I cleaned it up really good. You know, I condensed, I put like if I had two of something, I just cleaned it up. And there's still a lot of stuff down there, but I do want to get some little drawers under there to better organize my stuff. But for now, it's cleaned out. I took my dish drawing racks out from down there, the drying mats, and I washed them and folded them. And I have a drawer for those, as well as my mother-in-law sews, and so she made me some little bowl holders, and she also made me like a plate holder for my husband. And then I have a couple of I don't know if they have a technical name for them, but just to put on the counter, to put like a hot pot or a hot baking pan on when it comes out. So anyway, I have all those in a drawer, as well as my aprons. And the rest of this, if it didn't belong in the kitchen, I took it out. Like I had a jug I just pulled out of paint thinner. There's no need for that to be in the kitchen, so I'm going to take it out. This is something I bought, I think, last year or the year before for a Christmas gift, and ended up keeping it for myself. But then now I'm like, you know what? No, I'm going to get rid of that. Anyway, I got it all cleaned up and put back what I wanted and got rid of the rest. And this is how it turned out. There's still a lot of things down there, but I do plan to organize it better when I have the funds. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you down in the comments below.